Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And today I've got a really neat couple that I've had the opportunity of spending the last 2 days with. And this is Lou and Jackie. And first of all, Lou and Jackie, share with us from where you're from, maybe a little bit about yourself.
Oh, absolutely. We come from Red Deer, Alberta, and that's Canada, of course. We live out on a farm, and we're country folk, and we're looking to make a change.
Okay, Jackie, you want to share anything?
I love Mexico. It's been an amazing first few days here looking around, and with Jim's help, he's really helped us break the ice and take all the fear out of first landing in a place and not knowing whether to go left, right, straight, whatever. Anyways, so it's been amazing.
Okay. Share this. What do you feel that we got the most out of our time together? We've been together for 2 days, so what did you get most out of it?
Well, I think I would have to say, as we spoke about in the automobile earlier today, you know, this, no pun intended, this is not our first rodeo. And as I said to you, you can watch all the YouTube videos you want. You can Google Earth. You can Google Map. You can go on Facebook. There's a lot of information out there. But like I said in the vehicle, until you get boots on the ground, you don't really know. And a lot of folks, I think, and I worry that maybe a lot of folks make decisions before they actually get here, whether, you know, good ones or bad ones. But so for us, since we're boots on the ground kind of people, what was the greatest value for myself, and I'm probably for Jackie as well, I speak for both of us, we arrived in a place that we knew nothing about. Yes, we've been to Mexico, but we've never been to the Chapala Ajijic area, and we just wanted a good, honest feel about what's here. And we have been in places where we have literally driven 1,200 miles. When we talked about Las Vegas, 2 trips, 500 miles the first trip, 600 miles the second trip, trying to learn the city. We spent a lot of time and effort doing that. Having you shepherd us definitely took a lot of that, and I won't say wasted time, it took a lot of that time and really took the edge off of everything and got us pointed in the right direction, I think a lot sooner than later. And that, to me, I feel was of great value, Jim.
Okay. Jackie, anything you want to share or add to that?
I really appreciate the resources that you have, the people that you know, and the care and direction that you want to help us with, to give us a shortcut instead of finding the wrong people, making mistakes. I really, really appreciate that, because, you know, that I think that's probably what can happen to people. They find, you know, they get here, they're excited, they connect with the wrong people, find out that they make mistakes, and that takes all the joy out of it.
Right. So do you think that if you would have been, I use the analogy, dropped out of a plane on a parachute and landed at Lake Chapala, if you would have been able to accomplish what we've been able to accomplish for the last 2 days?
No, I think we would have been sort of fumbling along blindfolded. When we first got here, we checked into our hotel, even our first night, walking out the door going like, do we go left, right? How do we find something to eat? What time are they open till? These were pretty basic issues to have, but that was just the very beginning. So I can't imagine our first day waking up going, okay, do we go 5 blocks further? Do we go another mile further? We covered so much territory. You showed us amazing vistas, and the vista you have here is amazing. So we've seen the lake from many angles, but we've been up and down the road. We've, you know, seen some places that you drove us past, pointing out like where they were, the communities, how much they were worth. So, I mean, that gives us a really, really good feel for like what's available.
The cost, that what people were actually paying in rent in some of those places also, and what some of the properties were valued at, or what they paid for the property, and got a chance to go to some great restaurants, and we just now had dinner and had a wonderful meal, and a shout out to Angela and Herbert at La Fiesta.
Excellent.
Muy bien.
But today was a great event too, wasn't it?
Going to Guadalajara and seeing the market. I mean, we covered like a tiny bit of what is there.
But Lou got a hat.
I got to practice some of my Spanish.
Yeah.
And I think I saved him some money. So.
There you go.
Well, my my hopes was to meet Jim and buy a new hat. And so far, we've had great success there.
Well, I'll say our expectations were more than met, because we even got to spend time with Barbara, and we really, really, really enjoyed spending time with her. You guys are a lovely couple, easy to be with, and thank you.
And I know you want to take Esme home, but you can't.
We can't have your dog.
Well, we're not gone yet, Jim. And I'd like to tell the folks that are watching this, there's been a bit of a segue, but there was an interesting development upon meeting Jim, and we go back to, if I was parachuted into the Chapala area, how would I make out? And when I first met Jim told me, we're going to rent a car and off we go. And I have never driven in Mexico before. I've always been either in the passenger seat or the back seat. And I would like to tell everybody, if I said that when I pulled out of that parking lot behind the steering wheel, I didn't say a silent prayer for all of us, I would be doing a disservice. But I found what really helped is having Jim with us. We drove all over the place. We drove back and forth through all the communities, the side roads. We drove to Guadalajara. We drove through town. No, it's not like driving at home, but I found that now, with my good friend's help, I have overcome my concern of driving in Mexico. So that would be one thing that I eventually would have had to have done without you, Jim, but that was certainly something, just sort of ripped the bandage off, and I'm glad for that.
Well, I can definitely say we've had a good time being together.
Yes, sir.
I think that's one of the things. There's a lot of anxiety and all that's in the air when you even get here. And then once you're with somebody and you really feel like they're going to take care of you, and you really feel like that makes a lot of things a lot easier to be able to handle, and just know you're in good hands. And I know that's one of the things that people really want to know about, and that is when it comes to what the experience was like. So you got a chance to hear from two folks that came down and had the opportunity of getting together with. And is there anything in closing that you'd like to say?
Yeah, I would definitely like to speak to the folks watching this. My wife and I are fairly well traveled, and we've done some things that maybe some other folks haven't, and we own property in another country other than the one we're from. We've kind of been through the not knowing process and the fear. Let's face it, there's a lot of fear and anxiety about an endeavor along these lines. Even that being said, we're not professionals, but even that, like being said, it was so nice to come here and have you take us and really get us going in the right direction. And the fee that you charge is very reasonable, and there is such great value for the service that you provide, Jim. And like my wife said, you are so knowledgeable. The people you know, and the trusted relationships that you've been building here are very important. And you know, that in itself is something that people really need to think about. You can really shortcut folks and take a lot of that fear and unknowing from folks that want to come here. You're a great asset, and we thank you very much for providing the service that you provide. Thank you, Jim.
Well, thank you for that. That's kind of you to say, and I genuinely try to do that every single time that I'm out with somebody, and just really enjoy being with the two of you. And so, friend, there you hear another couple that have successfully come and are checking out Lake Chapala. And I will just say that once again, that what a great time that I've had. And I know that Barbara, we've been to dinner, and you know, it's just a great, just meeting some great people. So, friend, if you haven't, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. It's a great community. I know you want to be a part of it. All you got to do is go to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. There's a little red box. Tap on the box. You'll be subscribed, and you'll know when our next video comes out. Also, give us one of those thumbs up. That lets other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring to Lake Chapala. Stop by, say hi, ask a question, leave an idea for a video that you might like to see, and make sure you hit the bell, because that way you will be immediately notified when our next video comes out, and you don't want to miss our next video. So with that, thank you again, Lou and Jackie, for it's been wonderful.
Thank you, Jim.
So as always, have an awesome day, and we'll see you on the next video.